Phone's on silent?
Airplane mode.
Ah.
Silent turd.
Even better. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Well, the train just said...
Toot toot.
Yeah, it really did. Now the dogs are going. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Cue the meme with the fire.
Yeah. It's fine. Can you put like fire around us?
Yeah. Oh, fire sound effects.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. I had to think about how we start this podcast.
Yeah.
Guess what day it is?
It's Media Monday.
Hi, I'm Megan.
I am Rogelio.
And today we're going to be talking about, something a little bit different because Ro and I recently both went to live shows.
Yeah. 2 different events, 2 different cities.
Also, by the way, I feel like it's been a while since we've recorded.
It has.
Like, I don't know how long exactly, but it feels like it's been forever.
I just know that this one's going to be a late update. Not late upload, not update.
Right.
But yes.
It's going to be like, you're hearing this the day that we're recording it.
On a Monday.
So
it will be uploaded later. Just because that's how media works. You know, we're not always on schedule. We're always pitch perfect. Nah.
Right. We're recording this at 10:24 in the morning, and you're going to see it whenever it goes up. Probably sometime this afternoon.
Yeah.
So, Ro, where did you go? What did you do?
I went to the good old, this is awesome because this is the first time I ever went to the Pines Theater.
Oh, really?
First time ever.
You've never been for anything else?
Lived in good old LTX for 24 years. Never have I ever been to the Pines Theater.
I mean, it's only been open for probably like 6 or 7 years to the public. So.
Really? I didn't even know that either. I just know
that.
Yeah,
it was like basically nothing and it got renovated and then they started playing movies there.
Oh, okay.
And doing performances.
Do they have a screen, like a projector?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like a live stage. I didn't notice any screens or projectors or anything in there.
Yeah, they do movies there all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's a theater.
So I went to the Pines Theater to go see good old Rob Schneider. If people need to recap who Rob Schneider is, he's that guy that says, "You can do it." He was on not White Chicks. He was on the movie where they switched bodies where he was like, "It's me, Jessica." He was on The Longest Yard. He was on Grown Ups. He was on... Crap, I'm blanking out. He was in a bunch of movies. He's a comedian. Filipino.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's half. I'm pretty sure. He's married to a Mexican.
Do you want me to look it up?
Please. Yeah, okay. I don't want to be like completely wrong. It's like, oh yeah, he's not Filipino.
Not that we have enough listeners for people to be like, wah.
Yeah. But me and my good friends. Yeah. Me and my good friends, it was a group of 5 of us. We all went to the Rob Schneider show. And it was good. It was really fun. The opening act, he was really funny too. I liked him a lot. What was his name? I don't know. But he made a joke where he, after a show, somebody came up to him. They said, "Hey, comedy guy." And he's like, "Well, I guess I'm the comedy guy." So that's my name to him, the comedy guy.
Rob Schneider. His father was Jewish and his mother's Catholic. Schneider's maternal grandmother was Filipina, who met and married his grandfather, a white American Army private. So he's more like 1/4.
1/4 Filipino.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was partially right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, went to his comedy show.
Fractionally right.
Fractionally. Mm-hmm. There we go. We're getting all mathematical open here.
So you don't know who the opener was?
No, but to me, he's a comedy guy because of that joke he made where they called him the comedy guy.
Now, what's interesting is that you made a comment to me that this guy was funnier than Rob Schneider.
He actually is. If Rob Schneider ever happens to see this, it's not that you weren't as funny, but I will say this. There were some jokes that I was just too dumb to understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
what do you mean?
So... Not to get political, but he kind of went political. And I'm like, I know nothing, absolutely nothing of politics.
Okay.
Nothing. So he was saying some political jokes, and I'm like, I'm too dumb to understand this.
Opener comedy guy was making more relatable jokes.
Yes.
How long was Opener's act?
He was about 30 to 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
So he was a good guy. He's from Alaska, and they were like, he's the funniest guy in Alaska because he's the only comedian from Alaska.
Oh.
Well, from the town he was born in.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, you know the place where it's like dark 24/7 at some times of the year? That's me. That I used to live there.
Oh.
And so you would wake up and it'd be dark, and you go to sleep, it'd be dark. But yeah, he was a lot funnier. Now there were a lot, like from a scale of 0 to 100%, 70% of it were like sexual jokes.
Oh my God.
It was even funnier when they were like talking about like guy sexual jokes, because it's just funnier that way. And then he like mentioned Scarlett Johansson and The Rock, and then he mentioned our presidents, past or present, whatever presidents. And so, but yeah, overall, Rob Schneider's performance, it was cool. It was fun. Apart from the political jokes, I'm just too dumb.
Wasn't he like, why am I here?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, Lufkin, woo. And it was funny to me because he said, I am the poorest of my richest friends. And I'm like, you don't hear that at all sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, Adam Sandler, number 1. I'll let you know when I get to my spot. And I'm like, yo, he's like, why do you think I'm here? And I'm like, what the heck? After Lufkin, he went to McAllen. And people from McAllen were like, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you in McAllen? And he said, yeah, it's not like I took 3 hours to get from 5 hours because it was a storm. 5 hours to get from Dallas and go through freaking Alto or whatever the fuck. And he roasted Nacogdoches so bad by their name. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah.
I heard about that.
He's like, yeah, Nacogooch, Nacogdoches, whatever. He was saying like different stuff. And some guy in the crowd, and he's like, Nacogdoches. And he brought out his redneck accent. Rob Schneider, he's like, Nacogdoches, whatever. This and that, blah, blah. So he was just roasting the Pines Theater, saying that there was going to be an after party at the Big Lots parking lot. And
was there?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
That would have been cool if it was.
I mean, it's very plausible.
He said he woke up, got coffee, and now he's in the theater.
Should we?
He's like, so much fun to do. There's a lot of fun things to do in Lufkin.
Apparently, he went to different local businesses.
He did. He went to the bread place.
Yeah, Real Time Breads.
Yeah.
And apparently, he went to Standpipe, which we know because of our friend Ramaya.
I just know for a fact she is the next joke at his next show.
Probably.
Whatever show.
We're not gonna get into it.
No, but just know that there is now a Lufkin joke.
Probably so.
In Rob Schneider's book.
To be fair, what she did was justified.
Yeah, it was fair. What she did was fair.
Yeah, but we're not gonna get into it.
We're not gonna get into it. But what she did,
you gotta come to Black Spot Tattoo Company and ask Apprentice Ramaya about her experience with Rob Schneider.
She was in the right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean,
come get a tattoo, and she'll tell you about it.
It would have been even like what the heck if we were like actually there.
Right.
What the heck are you doing, bro?
Right. It was a great story.
Oh yeah, but
and she didn't even realize it was Rob Schneider until later.
Oh yeah. I was over there working, and then I overhear the story about Rob, and I'm like, I just went to Rob yesterday. It was on a Friday, because he stayed in town. For some reason, he still stayed, because usually performers like go from what I think, they go from one place, jump to the next, blah blah blah, whatever. Mm-hmm. But he stayed in Cheer for a little bit, and I was like, bro, McAllen's a good bit away. It's about like a 5-6 hour trip or more actually. No, you have to board. You're about 8-hour trip.
Right.
So I'm just like wondering why he stayed here. But overall, the tickets were $50.
That's not bad.
It's not. Where I was sitting at, I was basically middle section, close to the stage, but not too close where your head is like tilted back. It was like perfect, like eye level to me, and we were in the middle of the row. Like middle row and middle of the row. So we had a good view of the whole stage. And I thought it was like a perfect seating. And I didn't realize how small the theater actually was.
Yeah. It was an intimate show.
Yeah, it was and there's not a lot of elbow room. I quickly realized that there was not a lot of elbow room because I sat down and like my upper torso already covered the backrest and close to the armrest, and I'm just like curled up like this in the fetal position.
It is an old theater.
I'm just like, I don't want to touch elbows with nobody here because that's kind of weird already. People from the crowd were interacting with the jokes and talking about the jokes, or like there'll be a joke where like, yeah, so that one guy that'll blah 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 whatever, and the guys from the crowd were like, yeah, fuck this guy, and the comedians are like, bro, you know, it's just not just me and you in here. You know, we got a crowd.
Right.
Shut up. So
I listen to a comedy podcast called My Brother and Me, and my favorite episodes to listen to, because they have the best energy and the best jokes usually, are the face-to-face episodes. Okay. Which is what they call their live episodes. And you can tell, like, in their earlier days, they had to do that a lot, where it was like, all right, this is our show, not yours. Yeah. Shut up, because people get, like, too excited.
They do, yeah.
You know?
I love when people, not that they interrupt or, like, blurt out certain things, but when their laughs are obnoxiously noticeable, it makes the whole thing funnier to me.
Yeah, it really does.
We had this one lady, literally, I was sitting here, seat number 2, and she was like seat number 1, like right across from me. Her laugh was so contagious. She would laugh, and it made the joke even funnier.
Oh, man.
But some people thought that was annoying, and they would turn around and give her the Karen look. And I'm like, in my head,
You're
I'm
at
like,
a comedy show.
Yo, like, shut up and turn around and listen to the comedian. Let her laugh, because it's funny to her. Like, if she thinks it's funny and we don't think it's funny, so be it. She thinks it's funny. Let her laugh. Let her enjoy her time. But yeah, her laugh was, and it sucks when sometimes when the comedians like notice it, they're like, "Who the fuck laughed? Why they laugh like that?" I'm like, "Bro, chill. Like, let's not laugh. It makes it even funnier." Right. Some people left.
No way.
Some people left because of the political stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that comedians like really talk about these days.
Yeah, like people left and they're like, "Hey, are you leaving? Is it because you're this?" Well, that sucks. Blah, blah, blah. And if people wonder what is Rob Schneider, go find out yourself. Because I'm not political at all. But yeah, he would like see people get up. Like, let's say they go to use the restroom, and they're like, "Are you leaving? It's because I talked about that." Man, don't be soft and this, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm just like, first of all, if you get offended, like at a comedy show, then you don't have like good humor sometimes.
You probably shouldn't have gone.
Now, sometimes they will go too far, you know. In general, comedians will go too far sometimes.
Right.
But I'm just like, look, man, I'm here at a comedy show. This is supposed to be funny. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to have a good time. Right. Now, if I can't understand a joke, I can't understand it, you know. It's not my time
Unless
period.
It's like blatantly racist.
Oh,
or
100%.
like homophobic,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there can be like, I don't know. To me, are some kind of funny homophobic jokes. But...
He did say a lot of that too.
I'm saying this as somebody who is a part of the LGBT community. It's like, it's so true. Yeah. Like the Alphabet Mafia. Who said that? Was it Dave Chappelle?
I can't even remember.
Because I think that's funny.
Nah, like, I think it was Dave.
I don't know the context of the whole joke, but like calling us the Alphabet Mafia, I use that now. Like, that's funny as hell.
That's your bio now on Twitter.
Part of the Alphabet Mafia.
Yeah. You be see your way out.
I love how we like matched up there for a second, bestie.
But yeah, he did say he said a lot of, though, in general the whole show was a lot of sexual jokes, a lot of political jokes, a lot of Alphabet Mafia jokes. A lot of personal jokes, because I think those are way funnier.
Oh, absolutely, they're funnier.
Like, your horrible moment is your funniest moment later on.
Oh yeah, like remember that time I threw up all over myself in Los Angeles after meeting 2 of my best friends?
Yeah, see, at the moment it sucks. Your life is horrible. You might as well just walk, like, close yourself inside of a closet. But then like 2 months later, like, yo, guess what fucking happened? I threw up in Los Angeles. Yeah. And then it's funny. Yeah, it's super funny. It's super funny afterwards.
Would you see Rob Schneider again?
I would. And I wouldn't be like, oh my God, he's in town, let's go see him again. But if it's like, if I have the time and if I have the money to go, yeah, I'll go again. You know, it's not like it wasn't a horrible performance. No. There were just some things I didn't understand, because I mean, he has more life on this earth than I do. Right. So I'm just like, I don't know what you were talking about. Yeah.
If Rob Schneider ever sees this, sorry, but he like looks old as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he does not look like a young person.
No.
I don't know how. Let's look up how old he is before we move on to
I'm going to guess 57.
Rob Schneider.
57. I'm going to guess that.
58. Wow. But he looks like he's seen some shit.
Yeah. A lot of shit.
Sorry, Rob.
He's like, yeah. I seen a lot.
He's gonna listen to this podcast because he has nothing better to do.
He's like,
and be
what?
Like, there are these 2 kids from Lufkin who have a podcast about me.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear about your indie concert. Indie, right?
So, yes, I would say that Marina, let me look it up. I don't want to get this wrong. I would say that Marina is indie pop.
Mm-hmm.
Marina and the Diamonds. Marina Diamandis, known mononymously as Marina and previously by the stage name Marina and the Diamonds, is a Welsh singer-songwriter. She's 36, and her genre is pop. She's, by heritage, she's Greek. She's absolutely beautiful.
She's a Greek goddess, I'm supposed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So she's Greek, raised in Wales, United Kingdom.
Okay, cool. I was like,
raised in Wales. I don't have a British accent. I don't even know what accent that was, really. But okay, so Marina, that's what she's known as. I'll probably title this episode as Rob Schneider and Marina and the Diamonds because, like, Marina, Houston, like, Houston is a port city. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I can't just put Marina.
Right.
Because that's a thing.
Okay.
So, so I've been listening to her for 10 years. The first time I ever heard one of her songs, it was a song called Girls. And I heard it when I was 12. And I fell in love. Because she's just got this
voice.
She can reach really high and low notes. And her voice is very rich.
Okay.
Like very... I don't know, like Beyonce, I guess. Like, it just is a very rich, full voice.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I went with 3 of my friends, Elise, Michael, and Kara. And some of y'all will know me as not a drinker. Somebody who's, like, generally, like, not for alcohol.
Right.
But because I was with my closest friends, I decided that I would drink.
Yeah. Be a little loose, you know?
And... it was either that or I was going to get high. And I didn't have my stuff on me. So I drank. And sorry, Grandma, if you still watch this. But I wanted to have... It wasn't a K-pop concert.
Right.
And while Marina is very important to me, this wasn't like a really big deal like me going to K-pop concerts is. Like when I'm at a K-pop concert, I want to remember everything.
Correct.
Because usually those groups are very, very, very important to me for some reason. So I had a cocktail. I had 2, actually. One at the restaurant and then one at the venue. Okay. We were there at the restaurant during happy hour. So the drink was really really good price, like $7. Yeah. But at the venue, it was like $20. We went to this place called Izakaya in Midtown. Yeah. Really good. Really nice atmosphere. And I have to tell all this because it's like leading up to the concert, right?
Okay, cool. So first you went to the restaurant.
Right. First we went to the restaurant, Izakaya. Cool. And I got a cocktail called Paradise because it was like a pear drink.
Pears.
It had tequila in it and it tasted like pears and it was really good. Yeah. I tried sake, but it was really gross. It tasted like wet wipes.
That's the horrible part about drinking clear drinks sometimes. Is sake clear?
The one that I had was like a milky color. Okay.
That's what sucks about drinking sometimes because you expect one thing and it's like completely 180. It's like different.
And at the venue, I went up to the bartender. She was really pretty, but it must have been her first day on the job or something because I go up and I was like, I don't drink alcohol. I want to drink tonight. What's something that doesn't taste like alcohol?
I would have been like, well, then why are you here?
She was like, oh, I don't know. She said, I don't know. Yeah. To my question of, what can I get that doesn't taste like alcohol?
Hold on. Let me go to TikTok real quick and find out alcoholic drink that doesn't taste like alcohol.
I was just like, what? That's your whole job. So she made me a Sex on the Beach. Okay. Which was vodka, pineapple, and cranberry, I think.
Did that one have like the different color grades? Did it go from like 1 to?
No, it was more like a lemonade.
Never mind. That's a sunset. That's a tequila sunrise. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So anyway, we got our drinks. Elise is underage, so she got a soda.
They didn't have no Capri Suns over there?
No.
Fuck.
We go up to our seats, which were in the balcony. Okay. And the balcony was pretty full. Okay. And the opener was an act called Pussy Riot. Who is... when I looked up Pussy Riot, it looked like there were 4 members, but there were only 3 people on the stage. but only one was performing. I know that sounds really weird, but so there was one girl who was performing.
Yeah.
Okay. She was like DJing and singing sometimes. And then there were two people in ski masks who were dancing. And so they were like hyping up the crowd, right?
Yeah.
And the people in ski masks were like very scantily clad. Like they were both wearing skirts and bras, and that was it.
Okay.
And the way I can describe Pussy Riot's music is like club, like what she was performing and what she was DJing was like club music.
Okay.
Like
very
dancing,
hard
like,
beats, drops, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. She several times mentioned the situation in Ukraine because she's Russian and she's very like, it seemed like she was very anti-Russia.
Okay.
She's actually been imprisoned in Russia because of her stance on Putin. Right?
Okay.
So anyway, she's
cool. She's super hardcore now.
Super hardcore. Hardcore goth.
Hardcore goth.
It was really like a really sexy like opening, basically.
Yeah.
Which is like very different than the vibes that Marina brings to the table. But the crowd was so like boring. So this was at the Bayou Music Center.
Yeah.
In Midtown.
Yeah.
And so it's like on the first floor, like ground floor, it's flat and they just set out chairs. But on the balcony, it's like theater seating.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like bouncing.
Yeah.
I'm like moving. I'm a little tipsy.
Going
like
this shit, right? You know,
it was fucking
and
good.
Everyone around you's like.
Basically. There was nobody who was like dancing, and like the dancers like who were on stage in the ski masks were like fucking going hardcore, and they were like trying to get the crowd hyped, and the crowd was just like,
that's what I hate. That's what I hate about now. People are not hyped.
No.
They don't get hyped until their main act comes out.
No, everybody got super hyped when Marina came out.
Exactly. I'm like,
super hype.
This is your pre-hype. Get pre-hyped and then get hyped.
Right. Exactly.
Like if you think you're an idiot, you're not. You're at a concert. Everyone's an idiot there.
It probably would have been better if it was standing instead of seated.
Yeah,
because then people would be
forced to sit.
Right. And so it was just like, come on, guys, like Pussy Riot, like fucking get into it, as Doja Cat once said. So then Marina comes out. Everybody went fucking insane.
Right.
And everybody stands up then, and I'm like, you could have stood up for Pussy Riot.
Bandwagon motherfuckers.
And Marina was excellent. Yeah. Like that's really like, her voice sounds exactly the same in a recording as it does live. She ain't like fucking Lana Del Rey where there's a huge difference in how she sounds. Yeah. The only reason why I mentioned Lana Del Rey is because I know some people who went and saw Lana Del Rey and said that she didn't sound anything like she did on her recordings. So that's why, But like I said, she just has such this rich voice. She plays the piano. So she was up playing with the band. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And she has an amazing stage presence. Like she was just, and her accent. She was like, thank you, Houston.
I gotta go listen to some songs now.
I think that you'll really like her. When we go to Houston tomorrow, I'll play you some songs that I think you'll like. Yeah. Because I know that you like some pop, but her music is very much like feminist. Like one of my favorite songs by her is a song called Man's World, which talks about like how we live in a man's world. We live in a patriarchy. Yeah. And the lyric is, I don't want to live in a man's world anymore. And like saying, if you have a mother, friend, or daughter, like think about them, apologize to them. Yeah. Her lyrics are just really meaningful. Okay. And she played songs from several albums, so it wasn't just like one era. Yeah. It was like Prima Donna, Electra Heart, Fruit. Like one of the songs that I didn't really like beforehand, but I really got into after is called Fruit. Fruit with two O's instead of like the normal spelling. Oh, okay. And it's so good live. I feel like music is always better live. Don't you agree?
You feel the music. Yeah. You're not hearing it. You're not listening to it. You feel it.
You feel it. And you're feeling everybody else too. Yeah.
Because what you think is your favorite song is everybody's favorite song. Right. You're like, this is my song. And then you get a whole concert full of people like, oh my God, this is my song.
She did an encore. And Michael and I were fucking hyped together. So it was, the way we were sitting was Kara, Elise, me, and Michael. Michael was at the end. And Michael and I were just fucking going hog wild. Shout out to Michael. Michael listens to this podcast.
I bet.
And we were like 3 rows back.
Yeah.
So like A, B, C. We were row C.
Okay.
And at one point he was like, do you want to stand up and like go dance over there? Because there was like a opening where we could go dance. So we went and danced, and we were like the only people in our section who were dancing. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun.
That's what's up.
I would do it again. I will say that, would I drink again at a concert? Probably not. Because drinking makes me sleepy.
Hey, yeah, me too.
So
no joke.
At the restaurant, I was like, woo! But then after like an hour and a half, right, I was like, ooh, I could use a nap. And I was just like vibing, like, ooh, yeah, get into it, like sometimes I would just like close my eyes and just like listen to the music, you know. And I didn't take a whole lot of pictures or videos. I would say that Pussy Riot's opening was about 45 minutes. Okay. Then there was like a 15-minute break. Yeah. And then Marina came on for like an hour. Okay. Maybe an hour and a half. You know, it's a little bit fuzzy now. But it was a lot of fun, and I would go see her again if she came to Houston. I hope she does come to Houston again. We were one of her last stops before the end of the tour. Dope. So I do want to mention, I bought those tickets back in June. June of 2021, and we just now saw her March 3rd of 2022. Damn. So I bought them early.
Damn. Yeah. Speaking of concerts, I'm going to the rodeo this Sunday.
Oh, are you?
I'm going to see that Spanish band. I forgot the name of it already.
Nice. That'll be fun. So, we'll have to talk about that.
And so, yeah, I'm going to see cowboys and ranchers.
How much does it cost to go to the rodeo?
I don't know. My friend Ivan told me about it last night. Do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know how much it costs, though. Oh, okay. I'm just going.
That's fair.
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm going to just go.
We'll have to talk about it on the podcast.
But
my experience at Marina was really good.
My experience at Rob Schneider was, from 1 to 10, I get about a 7, honestly.
Mine was probably about a 9.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we didn't go to horrible events. We would go to events. We would go again.
I will say, it would have been a perfect 10 if the crowd had been better.
Hey, crowds always make a difference.
They really do.
Big difference.
So if they had been more hyped for Pussy Riot, fuck yeah. That would have been like a 10 out of 10. Yep. So if you enjoyed this episode of us talking about live events, let us know. We have some events that we're going to soon, so we'll be talking about those. If you have anything that you want us to watch or listen to or consume, let us know. You can find us at Meg and Ro in the Morning anywhere. You can find all of our personal social media and our Linktree, which is link.tree, something like that. It's in our description.
Yeah, just scroll down and click it.
And all of our stuff is there. Make sure that you follow or subscribe to us on your favorite podcast listening platform. Like and share this to help with the algorithm. And if you don't want to share it, then please comment. Even if it's just like, oh, I like this episode.
Or
that really helps us.
That'll help too.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, remember, guys, I said it before and I'll say it again. Use a fucking coaster.
Good advice.
See, look at this. That's why we use coasters.
He's rubbing water off the table. Okay, we're done for real.